Bat continued to dominate ball on the second day of the Colchester Festival, where Glamorgan Stuart Walters made his highest score for the county before the Essex openers rattled up the runs. The Welshman began the second morning well placed on 242 for 3, with Walters already having 129 runs to his name. He showed no signs of letting up in the morning as he wanted to fill his boots on what appeared to be a belter of a batting surface, the kind of which have been very difficult for groundsmen to develop in this sodden summer. Certainly there was nothing in this pitch for the paceman, the ball sitting up and asking to be hit. Walters and Ben Wright saw out the first 20 overs of the day with few problems in taking the total to 316, but then Wright on 47 clubbed a ball from Harbhajan Singh straight to Adam Wheater in the deep. Jim Allenby won't have been too happy to miss out on this strip. He'd made only 5 when he glanced a leg side delivery from Graham Napier behind. And after facing 257 deliveries and striking 23 fours, Walters' innings was ended on 159 by Harbhajan, who had his man snapped up at leg slip just before lunch. 3 wickets in 8 overs had changed the balance a little, but Glamorgan would still have been pretty happy, even when Mark Wallace was out in a fashion he probably won't want to see on these highlights. He was taken behind for 36. In came Robert Croft to make sure that his side didn't miss out on maximum batting bonus points. But after smashing 16 off 10 balls, he sliced a drive off Charles Willoughby to Harbhajan at 417 for 8. Shot to Ryan Tenduscarter and departed for 4. The good news for Glamorgan was that Graham Wagg was back in their side after missing much of this season through injury, and he was enjoying his comeback, with the bat at least. Some thumping shots took him to his 50 as he carried the total to 438, the kind of score many teams have only been able to dream of this season. Wagg was the last man out, throwing the bat at Maurice Chambers and being held by Tom Wesley for 54, with Harbhajan claiming 4 for 91. Glamorgan were finally dismissed in the 116th over for that 438. They doubtless would have been happy with that, but that effort was soon put into perspective by the Essex openers, Wesley and Jake Mickleborough, who batted through 43 untroubled overs for the second big opening stand in the last 3 matches. The last one was against Leicestershire, where they shared in a double-ton partnership, and this one could yet match that. They first kept their heads until tea, and then into the final session they eased their way to half-centuries. The 289 Essex had required to avoid the follow-on may have been discussed by some, but not by this pair, who clearly enjoy each other's company at the crease. Their 248-run partnership against Leicestershire was only ended with a run-out, but this time they didn't even give the opposition a sniff of that. Wesley required 73 balls for his 50 to Mickleborough's 71, and they'd included 19 boundaries between them. Mickleborough added a 6 to the mix, as well as both batsmen looked to add to the hundreds they scored in that memorable partnership. For them, the 43 overs they spent together probably flew by, although I imagine for the fielders it was a slightly different story. The day ended with Wesley just 10 runs shy of another 100, with Mickleborough still there on 72. They'll resume together with their team on 165 without loss, and many more runs seemingly are there for the taking.